What's up, y'all? This is your girl, Miss Maggie, T with Atlanta Falcons Nation and Atlanta Sports Network. If you're on either channel, please hit the subscribe button so you can get me to 1,000 on the network and 2K on AFN. I appreciate you guys once again. But I definitely wanted to get in on I wanted to give an update video as far as the previous video I had on Calvin Ridley. At that time when I recorded it, we were still on the trade talks of Calvin Ridley because he had broken silence. He gave us a few tweets, football is life, laughing emojis, and it was nothing else at that point. But then he kind of got into I learned from my L's. And it's like, okay, I wonder what that means. So trade rumors going around, everybody's still speculating because, of course, we still didn't get anything from Arthur Smith and Terry. But one thing I can say, and it's going to make sense now because of this news that the NFL brought to us after the afternoon time, where Calvin Ridley is now suspended indefinitely for gambling, people. What? Shock? Like, this comes as a complete surprise at this point because, of course, we all know now Calvin Ridley was away because he was, dealing with his personal issues, his mental illness, and we was leading to believe that that's exactly what he was doing. Now, of course, this is a sensitive topic, you already know, so we all should take mental health seriously. Now, if he was dealing with it, okay, we get it. Take your time away, deal with your issues, we get it. But it's really what the outrage is right now is just a series of events that take place now that he's breaking his silence, and it seems like it's a big joke to him at this point. I think that's what people are more upset about, more so than actually him coming out speaking, saying that he's dealing with the mental health issue. Now, if he's also using that as an excuse, shame on him. But of course, we don't know. Calvin really could be dealing with, because people that has mental illness is also kind of gamble and do things like that. You guys know y'all uncle, be having issues. You already know, so we really can't say. Now, a lot of people are calling BS on the whole mental thing. Me personally, I was on the skeptical side of it as well. Now, of course, I would definitely take it seriously, and I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt because, of course, we didn't hear anything else. Wasn't a lot of controversy surrounding the situation. We didn't have any updates. I was assuming that he was taking care of his shit. That's what we all thought. Well, that's what some people thought. But at the same time, I was like, but you're tweeting a little bit too freely, like it's all fun and games for you. And of course, everybody was bringing up that he was going out having a good time. But of course, at the same time, people that suffer from mental illness, especially that don't have the resources. Now, he has the funding to take care of his stuff. To those that can't afford therapy and insurance, they got to get up and go to work. They got to take care of their children, etc. All right. But anyway, long story short, Calvin Ridley will not be on the squad for the 2022 season. So, but I wanted to kind of give you some of the events that led up to this very moment. Let's go back to summertime of 2021, around May. The team at that time was wondering if they was going to pick up his fifth-year option, in which they did, and it guaranteed Ridley $11.1 million for the 2022 season. And everything seemed to be going okay, all right. We had the draft. We started the season, and he gave us 5 games. But if you guys recall that London game, he did not catch the flight because at that time he was dealing with a personal issue. This time it wasn't a mental thing, and I believe he did return to the next game afterwards. So we're thinking, okay, he handled it. He's back now. It's all good. But around the end of October, about October 31st, he actually came out and announced that he was a step away from the game for a while to deal with his mental issues. And of course, everybody supported him, was behind him, because you guys know that mental health has been a big conversation in the NFL as of lately. So everybody was in support of that situation, and I was definitely hoping that he was going home to do just that. But after the Falcons on November 5th put him on that non-football injury list, something interesting happened right after that. Like a couple of weeks in, around November 23rd to the 28th, about 5 days, Kevin started betting. Now, the NFL has said that it was reported that he used his personal phone to place a series of multi-leg parlay bets involving 3, 5, and 8 games that also included the Falcons to win. And this was all on his mobile device, and this is out of state. Now, also, of course, the NFL kind of determined this betting activity through its relationship with the legal sports betting industry. Now, of course, they did say, though, they didn't find any information that any games were compromised or they found any inside information. Also, there was no evidence that coaches, staff, teammates, or other players were aware of his betting. So, at this time, it's assumed that, of course, the Falcons didn't know anything about it until February 9th. The Falcons were informed from the NFL that they were investigating Ridley for that potential gambling situation on those games. So that means when we was having the press conferences for the NFL Combine, they already knew. So, of course, March 7th, which is yesterday, the NFL announced his suspension for the lease of a year because of that betting. Now, as you guys know, this is an offense because for decades, gambling in NFL has been considered among the most significant violations of the league policy. So, of course, they don't tolerate it, so that's why it's a significant fine for him. Or punishment, excuse me. But the Falcons then had to put out a statement because, of course, the NFL announced it first. And if you don't recall what I said from my previous video, Terry made a statement that I thought was a little interesting because at first we was getting, we don't have an update, right now, there's nothing to talk about. It moved from that to Terry saying, well, we really can't speak on it right now, but I guess he was basically saying when we can, we'll give you everything. Basically is kind of what I got from that previous statement he had. This is from the interviews for the NFL Combine. They were just kind of asking about Kevin Ridley. And, he was like, I know you're irritated with the situation, but we really can't speak on it right now. So that led me to believe there was more to talk about at that time. And here we go. The news broke out that they already knew that he was under investigation. Now, of course, with that being said, multiple teams had already been reaching out to the Falcons in those weeks to inquire about trading for Ridley. But the thing is, even though rumors were saying that we was turning it down, there was a reason. Atlanta declined to enter any talks with any team, knowing the issues that was going on with Kevin Ridley. Darn, man. So, what that means. There's no trade value for him right now. We just, that's the most disheartening part about it. We can't even trade the man anymore. Now, of course, Kevin Ridley, what kind of got people in the outrage is he's kind of, making a joke out of it now with all these, all of a sudden we got a lot of Kevin Ridley on our timeline where he basically said that he bet $1,500 total and that he doesn't have a gambling problem. He also tweeted that he couldn't watch football, quote unquote, at the time he made those bets. He added that he just want to get more healthy when he comes back, and he know he was wrong, but he's only getting a year, and laugh out loud at that. So, this is a joke to you, Kevin, really, huh? And he just won't shut up. Come on now, just say he was wrong and keep it moving, but you want to keep talking. I can't imagine who his PR team and his agent is because this is reckless. Now, of course, if this is a sign of mental illness, I feel sorry for this man. But then again, I don't, because you just basically slapped the organization and the fans in the face at this point. So me, if you playing around with that mental health thing, shame on you. Definitely. And of course, he's not going to be a Falcon at this point, whether he's able to come back or not, because right now he can appeal his suspension by filing notice within 3 days. per the collective bargaining agreement. Now, it's not known if has appealed it for there's a punishment or not as of yet, but I guess we'll keep an eye out on that. I'll give you an update on that. But Ridley not being available leaves us open to just one receiver from last season under contract, and that is rookie Frank Darby. So yeah, it'll be interesting what we're gonna, the moves we're gonna make after this fact, because now Ridley's contract will toll until 2023 and come off the books for 2022, opening up $11.1 million in salary cap room. So that means that we are now under the salary cap. So I mean, that's a positive. Okay, at least we get that, but still, imagine what we could have got for Calvin Ridley. Oh goodness, I'm not gonna be able to hold that down. But on that note, though, the Falcons already kind of knew, so it's not like oh Lord, are we gonna scramble now because of this news? No, the Falcons knew a month ahead, especially around the Senior Bowl and the Combine. They had already been looking at wide receivers, so they've been prepared. And I guess they just wasn't ready to speak on it as of yet. I guess of course, that's pretty sure that's a lot of conversation with the NFL, and they couldn't say anything until I guess they came out with the investigations, as we are known to know as of yesterday. So, me personally, I am completely disappointed in Calvin Ridley, definitely. Because like I said, like the fans that came on the live, and I appreciate you guys kind of jumping on impromptu last night, everybody was kind of disheartened about the situation because there's a lot of people out there that's dealing with real mental health issues, and everybody was, don't play with it. Exactly. You don't do that. If you're using this as an excuse, that's a shame. But if you really got something going on, I hope this man go get some help, but not with the Falcons. I don't care what he do at this point. Honestly, I really don't. I just don't have too much of a, I just, I'm gonna leave it alone right there. I'm gonna leave it to the fans to leave your comments, because I still got a lot to say. So I think we're gonna get another live in pretty soon. Okay, so I'm gonna keep you guys posted on that. Maybe tomorrow time we might do another live, because I feel like I have some more to say, and the Falcons do as well. Okay, but that's all I got for you for now. This is Maggie T with Atlanta Falcons Nation, Atlanta Sports Network. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you can get us on up there with these subscribers. I appreciate you guys once again. We are the nation, and I'm out, people. Peace.